Now, if you would have asked me if there were new AirPods Max 2 on my bingo cards in 2026, I would have said, no way. Well, Apple just surprised all of us and dropped a brand new pair, but there is something that they are not telling us here that they did not announce that you are probably going to want to stick around for before you end up spending $549 on the brand new AirPods Max. Let's get into it. Now, first, let's talk about what Apple did announce. These are brand new AirPods Max, and the headline feature here is going to be the H2 chip. And that is the same H2 chip that has been in the AirPods Pro for a while now, and it finally makes an appearance here in the over-the-ear headphones. But what does the H2 chip even unlock? Well, that's a really good question because the big one here is stronger active noise cancellation. Apple says it's 1.5 times stronger than the original pair of AirPods Pro 2, which means that if you're on a train, you're on a plane, those background noises are just going to fade away and disappear, leaving you with just being able to enjoy your music. Now, to that, alongside with better ANC, transparency mode gets a big upgrade. The algorithms are going to be more refined, so when you do want to hear your environment, you turn on transparency mode and it sounds more natural and less kind of synthetic. You know what I'm talking about. Now, on the audio side, there's a new high dynamic range amplifier, which is really just a fancy way of saying that the audio is going to be cleaner with less distortion at higher volumes. Spatial audio gets improved instrument localization, better bass, and more natural mids and highs, which is kind of hard to believe. I thought that the original AirPods, they do sound very good in my opinion. IMHO. There's also going to be a new feature that's going to matter to a small but vocal group, which is going to be lossless audio. The AirPods Max 2 do support 24-bit, 48 kilohertz lossless audio, but the catch here is that you got to be using a USB-C cable. You can still listen to that lossless audio, but you're not going to be, you have to be tethered. Once you plug in the included USB-C cable into the headphones and into your whatever the music source is, you will be getting studio quality playback from that device, which no other headphones in the Apple lineup support. If there is one, let me know what it is down in the comments below. Now, most people are going to be buying these simply just for the ANC upgrades, and I think that is a fair purchase. But if you're thinking about buying the AirPods Max 2 specifically for that lossless audio story, stick around because I got something that might influence that. Now, there are a ton of intelligent features coming to the AirPods Max 2. Beyond the audio improvements from the H2, we're also getting adaptive audio, which is the ability to go ahead and blend ANC and transparency mode to give you a more realistic picture or representation of your environment. You also get conversation awareness, where the headphones will lower the volume on the headphones when they sense that you're speaking, in addition to getting voice isolation, so it cleans up your audio when you're making phone calls or FaceTime calls. Now, all these features have been on the AirPods Pro 2, AirPods Pro 3 for a while now. You're also getting live translation, so when you communicate with someone who's speaking a different language, you can wear your AirPods, and if it's a supported language, you can communicate them back and forth. The AirPods will automatically translate them as well. If you're having a real-time conversation, I went to Italy in November of last year, and I used it there. And it's just a great feature to have on something that you're carrying with you all the time. But there's another new feature coming that's also available on the AirPods Pro, which is the ability to use the stem, or in this case, it will be the digital crown, to snap a photo. This can be triggered on your iPhone or your iPad. Good for content creators, good for solo travelers, those who are tired of propping up their phones and having it fall down on the ground while they're traveling and they're scrambling for it. We all know that feeling, don't we? This is going to also give you studio quality audio recording. So if you're a podcaster, musician, video creator, you can use AirPods Max 2 as a recording device, and you'll get noticeably better texture because of all the different microphones that are in the AirPods Max compared to the AirPods Pro. Now, whether you love or hate the $549 price tag, I think I am kind of indifferent about it at this point. Apple actually has at least one more thing in the AirPods Max story that you want to hear before making any final decisions on whether you're purchasing that. More on that in just a minute. Now, who should buy this? Who is this for? Is it for you? Is it for me? Is it for the guy over there? Well, truthfully, it's for anyone who's going to be traveling, their commuter, flyer. They have a pair of Bose headphones, Sony headphones, and their first experience with AirPods Max was not great because of the ANC. Well, I think now there's a different story to tell. The ANC is supposed to be better, and you should get a better experience. So I think at least it is in your consideration pool when it is time for you to upgrade. I don't think if you have a pair of AirPods Max 1, it's time for you to upgrade, unless those features that they're bringing are, they're salient features that you need for some reason. I would find that very hard to believe, but you could tell me whether or not that's you or not. And if you're a musician or audio professional working in Logic, this is genuinely an interesting way for you to enhance your workflow because you can mix spatial audio by plugging in the cable to the headphones and into the DAW or the software and mix spatial audio that way. It's more like a kind of a workflow hack, if you ask me, because it makes things easier. Now, if you're a content creator, specifically someone who does interviews, talking heads, iPhone shots using your AirPods Max 2 as a microphone. You're gonna get studio quality audio without necessarily having to bring around studio quality equipment, which is always great. And this is something that's always with you. Now, about that lossless audio catch I teased earlier, yes, the AirPods Max 2 do support lossless audio, but it does require the USB-C cable. Sad Mike. So that means when you don't have the cable, or when you're not plugged into the cable, you're using Bluetooth AAC, which, I mean, it's okay, but that's not the reason why you're buying these headphones. You're buying them because they support lossless audio. That's at least going to be, I think, a big thing for a lot of people. So the dream of a truly wireless, lossless audio is still a little ways off. Something that, you might want to consider for what I have coming up next. Now let's talk about who these are not for. With all of these amazing features, you're still getting the same 20 hours battery life with ANC turned on. If you look at that compared to other headphones, it's at least 50% less than what you're getting on other headphones like the Sony XM6s, which I think are 30 with ANC on and 40 with ANC turned off. You're also getting the price tag. The price tag is just kind of, it's a slap in the face, $549. And I think that they should have hopefully solved the fact that you can't use AirPods Max when the battery's dead if you want to use it with a cable like you can with other headphones. It just seems like you can't bypass that intelligence that they have inside the headphones, which is a little bit dumb. If I'm spending $549, I want to be able to do that with my headphones. Now, the AirPods Max 2 are ordered starting March 25th in midnight, starlight, orange, purple, and blue, and they ship in early April, $549. And yes, they do have USB-C. I think that's a no-brainer, but just in case you were wondering, they have USB-C. Now let's talk about what Apple did not announce and why it might be the more interesting story here, because Apple, they announced AirPods Max 2, and it is a meaningful upgrade. H2, ANC, adaptive audio, those are all great features, but there's a version of this product that Apple has not announced yet, but we do know about it from the rumors. The USB-C cable lossless story is the real story here, and that matters to pros. What we think is that there might be another version of these AirPods Max, maybe the AirPods Max Ultra. They're going to follow that line. They're a version that offer wireless lossless audio. Now, they're certainly not going to be $549, and they certainly are not going to come out tomorrow. But, if I was a betting man, I would say if they don't come out tomorrow, they wouldn't come out at WWDC. I don't think that's like the right point. I think they would come out in the fall. So the question is, if you are in the market for truly wireless lossless audio, is it worth paying more than $549? One, and then two, can you wait about 6 months? You let me know down in the comments below. My name is Mike. Guys, make sure you get subscribed for the full hands-on with the AirPods Max 2. I keep trying to get that right for you guys. AirPods Max 2, when they come out in April. I have all of Apple's announcements right here in a playlist for spring 2026 products. And make sure you get to watch this video next, because YouTube says this is the video that you would want to watch. My name is Mike, and guys, I'm out of here.